Welcome to the Hank Chang Cisco New Year, Chinese New Year, okay? We're leaving the year of the dragon and we're coming into the year of the snake. And my two guests today are educators, America and China. And we're going to talk about the Chinese New Year, and we're going to talk about education of China and United States, and they'll explain the whole thing. But this is going to be an hour or a half hour of something about traditions, and I love traditions. Whatever nationality you are, traditions are the most beautiful thing to enjoy. Now, my little hat here is a little there, my little shirt, and I have over here is, what's that? Good luck, right?
Good luck.
Okay, so good luck to you for the coming year, for everybody that can read that, okay? Good luck. I'll hold it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good luck. Now, my guests, I'm going to let them introduce each other, okay? Ladies first. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Yeah, my name is Chen Yan, and you can call me Yan. I'm a Chinese instructor teaching American students Chinese.
All right. And John?
My name is John McBride, and I'm privileged enough to have Chen Yan as my wife. We met in China. I was initiating exchange for a U.S. high school and a high school in China. And at that time, she happened to be the teacher in China, facilitating the exchange on their end. Over the years, we continued to cooperate and eventually discovered we had more in common than just our love for international exchange programs. And Hank, you stood up at our
my
wedding.
wife and I, we stood for your wedding.
You
So,
did.
all right. Now, you're going to be looking at me, and that camera's going to be looking at you. You're going to be looking at me, and that camera's going to be looking at both of us. So, now, we're going to have a conversation so everybody will know the traditions for Chinese New Year, okay? So,
Well, let
now,
me begin
all
by
right.
giving you a gift.
What's that have to do with the New Year's?
It's very traditional to give gifts on Chinese New Year's
Oh,
to your friends
Oh.
and family.
Oh, yeah? Can I open it?
Yes.
Do you want them to open it?
Oh, I can open here.
Everybody wants you to open it, Hank. Go
what is
ahead.
Here. Wait a minute. Let me see what it is here. In other words, it's a tradition you give a gift.
It is.
Well, I'm going to have you here every week. Hey, what do we got here? Oh, my God. Oh, not to be too inquisitive, but here, okay, this way.
Right.
All right, now what's a scoop?
This is the paper cutting,
What is it?
traditional Chinese paper cutting.
Paper cutting.
Oh, paper cut. Oh, in other words, the tradition, you do that, do you?
Oh, no, I don't do it. But we bought that from China.
Oh, my
And
God.
You can see that this is the character for luck. So for Chinese New Year, people will put this character on the door to mean that we have luck to come in. So that's for decoration. And also you can see the shape here. So they can have different kind of shapes. And actually this here you can see it's a shape of a dragon. So
That's last year's.
dragon means powerful.
Yeah?
Yeah, right. Yeah, so this is one of the kind of traditional paper card. So people use that for decoration, put on the door,
I
or
put this on it. Can I put this on the door? No.
oh, you can put this on the door, or you can set that on the table for
Oh,
decoration.
I get it so when they come walking in, they'll see it.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Happy New
Now,
Year.
Happy New Year.
And here's another little thing here. Whenever you go and one has a wine bottle, you have a bottle of, it's soda. But this is a wine bottle. When you go to a restaurant, they say, bring your own bottle,
Correct.
So this is a traditional thing. And this you brought over from China. Now, what else? Now, let's talk about the international partnership in education. You too go to China, but you don't take the students, you take the teachers. Tell me about it.
That's correct. That's our most visible program, is that we take teachers every summer to China. English is mandatory in China. All students in China must learn English. In fact, there are more people in China that speak English than there are people in the United States that speak English, because English is mandatory.
It's mandatory.
Mandatory,
in China.
starting in elementary school all the way through university.
How about that?
So we bring teachers from the United States to China each summer to a summer camp we hold to enhance the conversational skills of the Chinese students, because they know all the grammatics from their classes, but they have no confidence in using the language that they're learning in the classroom. So we try to build their conversational skills and their confidence in using the language. But other things we do is we develop pen pal exchanges. We have a school in Huntingburg, Indiana.
Oh, yeah?
These students are in a very rural area. Most of these students will never leave the county, let alone the state or the country. And so they were looking for a way to establish some sort of exchange with China. So we set them up with a school in China where they could do a pen pal exchange. Very simple, just the teachers would collect the letters, mail them to the other classroom, and vice versa, with some small gifts, maybe school pencils, school book covers, things like that. But it gave them that experience of making contact outside their own community, outside their own environment. And once that program started, the students took it from there, because then they just exchanged email addresses and they're on the internet, you know, and they've become good friends since.
Yeah,
But
that's that summer teaching in China, right?
we do that, yeah.
And then you have this here pen pal in the exchange in
program.
Indiana, which you just explained,
Sure.
right? Now, where do you come in?
Uh,
You have the exchange by telephone or computer, or what's that?
Now, I just teach my students something about China and about the language, and also when we have the festival coming around, so we share some celebrations ideas together, you know. One thing I did with my students is for Chinese New Year,
Hold
you
up.
know, this is the traditional Chinese, we call that red envelope. So it's called red bag also. So you can see we have a little design on the front page, and you open that in the back. You can see usually kids, they get this, they can get that money in the bag. So this
Money.
is the
How
money,
much is that?
money bag. Actually, this is like 10 cents in Chinese currency.
10 cents. Got to
Right.
carry that thing for 10 cents?
Parents,
Well,
parents will
actually-
give this to their
More,
children,
right.
and they'll load it up, Hank.
Yeah.
And
They'll
that's a
load it
paper
up.
money bag.
Paper money bag, right? Paper money bag.
Yeah, you
So-
gotta watch it, because the gangsters, they call it bag lady. You know, that's a bag lady is the one that carries gamblers' monies from one state to another. So you got to be careful. That's in China. One means one thing. The United States means you're a bag lady. So that's we'll keep it. How about this?
Yeah.
What's this mean?
Oh, this goes for lantern.
up
This
so
is
we can
the
see.
lantern we have here.
I see that lanterns. Is that a symbol of something?
It's a lantern. Actually, you can see that you have decorations on the lantern here. This is another one. Also, the character meaning luck. So you can have different characters on it, but this also is for decoration. And and especially for the last day of Chinese New Year celebration,
The last day.
the last day called the Lanterns Day. So people will use lots of lantern for decoration. So this is the one thing that they would love to have.
That's great.
Yeah, let me
Hey,
go back and just explain that a little bit. Chinese New Year is a 15-day celebration.
Oh, no kidding.
15 days they celebrate the Chinese
Hey,
New Year.
You hear that? 15 days. Why don't we celebrate for 15 days? Why you get bombed and then it takes a day to sober up. So, you know, this way you got 15 days to sober up. Oh, well.
Yeah, the
That's something
schools
else.
are closed. Schools are closed for 15 days.
The schools are closed?
Yeah,
Right.
it's a
Hey,
very,
how about that? All them students will go for that.
it's one of the most important holidays in China.
Oh, that's right.
Lanterns Day.
But is it a religious aspect?
It's
Nothing
not
religion?
has nothing to do with religion, but it's like Christmas to American people.
Oh, okay.
here in this country.
It's just more of
It's just
a good time. Well, people get together, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a good thing that we don't, the only time we get together is some shopping center or someplace, you know? we should get together more often. I think that would be one of the things that you know.
Lanterns Day is the last day of the 15 days. So
That's the lantern. Well, what's
that's
that
the
mean?
last day.
Oh, okay. So when you put that means, hey, go home. All right, sober up, right?
No, you
Well,
still celebrate,
You
but
still-
then after that celebration, you go home.
Okay. All right, now.
It's the closing ceremony.
All right, now, we have fireworks. That's a big thing. I know when in Philadelphia, in Chinatown, you know, they have the fireworks on 9th Street, you know, and Ray Street and all. Tell me something. What's symbolic, or what's symbolic about that, or what's tradition?
Yeah, we also have fireworks for Chinese New Year. Usually this happens on the New Year Eve. So when that 12 o'clock midnight, the New Year coming, so fireworks will
In other
go
words,
on.
New Year's Eve,
Yeah, New Year Eve. So
just like we do
actually,
over here.
Exactly.
yeah. And
But your New Year's is different than our New Year's. We're January, you're starting in February, right?
so that is we have the lunar calendar. So the Chinese lunar calendar, January 1st, that will be the Chinese New Year.
Oh.
So it usually comes in January or February,
And it changes every year.
right?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, based on the.
That keeps everybody guessing anyhow. You know? Nothing wrong with that, baby. Why,
And you know, gunpowder was actually discovered and invented in China.
what?
Gunpowder
Yeah?
for the fireworks.
Yeah, on that, and then, yeah, but the Italians put the color in it. They put that's what I understand. They did that, but they put the color, so they're different
I believe
colors.
that.
And then the Chinese, the Chinese, they invented the spaghetti, and we put the sauce in there, and we got it, okay? We got the ravioli and everything else that goes with it, you know? So, you know, it's nice the two countries get together, you know, and am I glad that you invented spaghetti? I love it, right? And a lot of other people, too. Now, you have a lion dance. What's that about? That's when they get sometimes I see like it's a dragon, everybody's in it, they sneak around and all that stuff. What's that?
That is the dragon.
Cast away the evil spirits or something?
Yeah, we do have a story about that. There was a monster called Nian, and this monster usually came out to scare the people, and people thought of ways to scare the monster away to keep them themselves.
Scare the monster away.
Yeah, so they could have a peaceful
Fireworks,
life.
part of
So yeah, so they use the red color, so you can see all the color, and like the money bag, it's
Oh.
all in red.
Well,
so
in other words, you use fireworks as cast away the monsters, right?
right,
Over here in
fireworks
the United
make
States, we use
noise.
the Colt 45, but I don't know about that. Go ahead.
So and then, because the monster was afraid of noise and
Oh.
the red color,
How about that?
So-
Yeah, light and sound.
right?
Well, you know, thieves that's one thing about thieves.
Uh-huh.
Thieves don't like sound and they don't like light. So you put the light on the subject and they'll run like rats. Right. So that's a good idea. That's right.
Uh-huh. So that's very similar,
You know,
right?
you've got an area where there's a lot of crime or anything. They put a lot of lights there, and like say a guy that's robbing a bank or something, a little noise in it, and if he hears some noise, he gets nervous, you know, and he runs. He won't, won't rob the place as soon as he hears noise. So noise and light scare
We're
people
scared
away.
that, yeah. And so that's why we had the lion dance and the dragon dance. So, because when you have that lion dance and dragon dance, you'll make lots of noise. So that's why we can scare the monster away.